With these remembrances, one can get an idea of what a normal day was like in the life of John Paul II. This is a plate he ate off of. These are the family portraits that hung in his room and snow boots he wore. John Paul II's Center for Documentation and Research in Rome has nearly 7,000 of his belongings, from gifts to letters, manuscripts, and books. Since 1981, the center has been collecting all the gifts John Paul II would receive and not publish reports on the Pope.
This house was built with money donated by Poles who lived outside the country. They decided to call it John Paul II's home, and they decided to give it to the late pontiff as a gift.
Antoni Pisnar is a Polish priest. He says John Paul II made it a point to see all his gifts, read every letter, especially those signed by kids. The pontiff would then initial every gift that crossed his eyes. Among the most prized possessions for visitors are those that date back to World War II, like this Christ figure. An Italian soldier who was a prisoner at a Polish concentration camp made it using clay. The soldier gave the figure to the Pope years later.
There's some things held in concentration camps, like a rosary made with breadcrumbs, and the objects that were exhumed from mass graves in Katyn.
There are also these pieces of linen with written messages from soldiers who were held at Gross Rosen, a Polish concentration camp. Meanwhile, the library includes more than 30,000 volumes of documents written by John Paul II. Some date back to the time he was a bishop and are being used for his cause for beatification. Plus, 35 books collect the messages the Vatican received after his tragic death. So through these vestments, cufflinks, his crucifix, and rings, one can see a small part of the life of John Paul II, a one-of-a-kind opportunity to remember the life of a historic figure 5 years after his death.